Tomorrow's gonna be the day, eh? Play my damn intro, boy! What the hell are you doing?
お前の目に見えているか、この世のすべての虚無。トルメンタル。ジャイアントスレシブロン。ブリーチ、ブレイブ創設。
What is going on, you guys? This is your boy the Deathsmasher, and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today we are back again with yet another Should You Summon video, and I'm gonna give you guys my direct answer. Yes, it is worth summoning for. It is worth summoning for because the overall Spirits Are Forever With You Round 4 banner just has a lot of great fillers that both newer players and veteran players can actually go for. But that being said, if you guys do not care about any of the fillers and only care about mainly Kanpachi and Retsu, I advise that you at least do the 6 steps and then skip and save for the individual banners, as I see that's basically gonna be the best way to go about it. Because let's be honest here, these Canfair World characters have returned previously in Spirits Are Forever With You banners, and they'll probably just keep on coming back, and eventually you are gonna, 5-5 most of the characters to begin with. So, yeah, just putting it out there. For those of you guys that don't know what the individual banners are for both Retsu and Kanpachi have, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and briefly take a nice look at it. Retsu is gonna be having Sode no Shirayuki, the Redux Nanao, and Desert Society Yoruichi. All 3 of these characters are pretty good fillers. Sode no Shirayuki, especially for some common quests where you do actually have floors in which Quincy's are the enemies and is a droplet character. Granted, it's not a 30% droplet character like Giriko, but at the very least, you can actually make use of this character. Redux Nanao, just a very good ranged booster for ranged Aronker week that you can actually use if you don't have the speed Ruruka 5-5. This is definitely a good unit to have. And this is Society Yoruichi Chronicle Quest bonus and is a very good booster for Melee Soul Reaper week. Like, I use her, she's 4 out of 5. I hope I can get her 5-5, but like, she's actually been my saving grace for when it comes to Melee Soul Reaper week, as she's actually pretty good in terms of what she does. So, yeah. And then Kanpachi's individual banner is going to have Fierce Battle Chad, Fierce Battle Renji, and Desert Society Ichigo. So, this time around, the fillers aren't as great, but Fierce Battle Chad is still a great unit to use regardless. He is basically a Candace without Havoc and actually has hit underground enemies and a higher Berserker, so he is a pretty damn good character to use. And if you're a Chad fan, you can actually use this character. And Renji, great support character to use for Espada week. He has an overall flurry with about, I think, 70% bruiser, like 50% bruiser plus the 20% NAD he gives out to Soul Reapers. He's a very damn good character. Only one that isn't as good is Desert Society Ichigo, just because we just have way better ranged Aronker killers to use for GQ. That's the thing. And now let's finally break down the main banner. So before we just basically talk about the characters, this is what's gonna be featured in the actual banner. This time around, surprisingly, they went with a mix of different Canfair World characters, and they did not include, per se, the entirety of round 8, round 10, or round 4. This time, they just basically chose 2 per banner, and only just decided to, leave out 1 for round 3 and round 9. So, yeah, that's all you guys really need to know. But other than that, it is a good banner, but I'm going to be breaking every one of these characters down individually, just so that way I can actually explain what their usages are and how good the characters are. So, yeah, that being said, let's start off with breaking down Kanpachi and Retsu. Kanpachi is going to be the PvP character of the banner. He is going to be putting an end to Yamamoto, but at the same time, they decided to balance him out to the point that he's not going to be the perfect PvP king. And, well, let's just get into it. So, for starters, he has an 800 attack stat, has Captain Killer, so this is very good because it means that outside of just being good in PvP, you can use him for Captain Week, which is pretty insane. Finally, a PvP character in which you actually have multiple uses outside of it, which is good. He has damage reduction as a soul trait, paralysis immunity, weaken immunity, and guard break in terms of the innate skills. Guys, this is the very first ever PvP made character that they decided to make good for PvE because they gave him guard break, and that's not all. He even got Flurry plus 2. Flurry plus 2 is basically the equivalency of Flurry with a 50% bruiser. Literally the same exact thing as Frenzy plus 2, except it's with the normal attacks, and you'll be able to hit 3 times the usual damage that you would do with a regular Flurry skill. So that's how broken he is. And by the way, guys, don't be like, oh, this Kanpachi doesn't have guard break. Oh, this Kanpachi, he only has Flurry plus 2 but no bruiser. I'm like, bro, he has Flurry plus 2, which is already gonna be a strong skill. Like, what else do you want on him? Like, I can understand that he lacks status elements. I can understand that he doesn't do anything on the special. But like, at the end of the day, be happy that they made him good for PvE. Like, goddamn, don't be crying. But yeah, as I explained earlier, he doesn't have status elements, and he doesn't do anything on the Soul Bomb. And the crazy thing about him is that he can ignore Brave Battle invincibility, but doesn't have the actual skill in and of itself, but does have Star Barrier plus 10. So basically, Kanpachi, unlike most of the cancerous PvP characters, if you have a Flurry character that has Pierce Barrier, you can actually take down Kanpachi and have a bit of an easier time trying to kill him. Although, I don't know how this is going to work out because Kanpachi is going to be the hardest hitting NAD character that we have in the game, and since he did get Flurry plus 2, he's going to be actually insane. He also has Brave Battle Counter, which is basically the same skill that Jugram has, which basically is going to be, you know, reflecting some of the damage that you do to Kanpachi to your character. So like, it's a toxic skill. He even has Last Ditch Survival at 100%, but also this, Prevent Last Ditch Survival. So Kanpachi, he's going to be putting an end to the entirety Last Ditch meta, and if you basically have a match of Kanpachi versus Kanpachi, Last Ditch is going to be completely nullified, and none of the units in PvP are going to be reviving, whether it be on your actual team or the opponent's team. Like, that's just how broken this skill is. So like, goodbye Tokinata strategy, goodbye ranged Flurry characters trying to snipe the Soul Bomb, goodbye everything that you guys really need to know. So yeah, this character is pretty insane, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my only nitpick about this character is that he doesn't have status elements, and he could have gotten a bit more stuff, but at the very least, guys, you're gonna be getting a lot more usages out of getting this character 5-5 compared to just about any other Flurry character that we have gotten for PvP, whether it be Tsukishima, Jugram, Askin, and every other character that came into PvP that were just meant for PvP. This character will actually get a big usage. Now, would I go as far as to say that he is the best NAD character in the game? Not really, unfortunately, because I still think that ranged NAD characters are going to be a lot better for autoing content in the game, and we'll just be able to snipe down enemies a bit more with ease. And if the character has a boost, well, it's pretty much game over. You guys know how Spirits Are Forever with You Jushiro is. He is still the best NAD character that we have in the game, but still, this character, he's insane. I would actually argue to say that he's the 4th best Flurry character that we have in the game, right behind Tokinata, with Tokinata being behind Masaki and Masaki being behind Jushiro. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, that's Kanpachi summed up in a nutshell. And Retsu. The one thing I failed to realize when I was looking at the actual character is that she legit is stronger than Aizen. Guys, this is literally the best SP character that we have in the game right now, and he has surpassed Aizen. Like, okay, sure, I understand you can't compare the two units because one is a heart character and the other is a tech character, but like, if we're talking general top 10 characters in the game for like every single attribute, Retsu is above Aizen. She is. Like, the only actual letdown is the second Tron attack, where it's basically the same SA2 as Bankai Hikone, the same SA2 as the Christmas Noel, but that's just about it. And with Frenzy plus 2, it's just going to be even better, as you have a higher chance of proccing a status element, and you also can get a lot more hits in, thus killing multiple waves of mobs. So like, that's the thing you guys got to keep into consideration, because instead of being like, hold on, a 25 hit vortex, it's like, what, 50? I don't know, correct me in the comment section below. But yeah, this character is insane because let's get into it. She's a holo killer. Now, I'm actually quite happy that they made her a holo killer and not a Soul Reaper or no affiliation killer, just so that way they can still keep a bit of the spotlight for Art Book Ichigo, which, by the way, believe it or not, this character is also better than Art Book Ichigo because, well, let's get into it. So for starters, strong attack reaches time of minus 12% on the soul trait. The innate skills, she has Sprinter +1, Medic, and reduced strong attack cooldown of 6% when at full stamina. Now, this skill is going to help out with Retsu, getting her strong attacks back a bit faster, and considering her third strong attack is basically a charged attack with heals. Instead of being 30 seconds of cooldown, when you have it on, it's 25 seconds, so like when you stack it up with 14% recharge links, it's almost going to be the same as a typical third strong attack in terms of, you know, the waiting time. You may need to wait like per se half a second or even a second, but even then, the skill in and of itself is quite the lifesaver. It is. And look at the skills. She has Frenzy +2, Havoc at 20%. She even has Berserker of 20% and damage inflicted at full stamina by 20%, as well as Marauder, as well as Weaken Defense. And this character has Weakening and Drain on the entire kit. This character is way more broken than Aizen, and it's just superior. Like, oh my god, Retsu is back. Except this time around, instead of being a PvP queen, she's a PvE queen, which is crazy enough. She even has the highest SP in the game as well of 852. This character is absolutely nasty, and she still has the 3k length beam, just like Aizen, and has the same SA3 as 5th anniversary Ichigo. Like, no complaints with this character. I just wish that she had directly the 960 or the 960 into Homing Vortex like Aizen and Spirits Are Forever with You Kisuke, but still this character is stupidly insane, and I mean stupidly insane. And the fact that she even has Weaken Defense with Weakening, bro. Get her to T20, give her full stamina damage boost, and give her another Weaken Defense skill. You can literally apply double Weaken Defense on this character, and she'll be able to nuke way harder, way harder than any other unit that just has Weakening with a Devastation at 40%. Would I say almost at the same level of Weakening with Bombardment? I would honestly say yeah. Now, in terms of power scale, I want to say up there, although I haven't really gotten around to seeing a unit with Weakening at 505 with double Weaken Defense. Like, I know the only other unit that you can basically have double Weaken Defense with Weakening is the Swimsuit Retsu. So, like, if anyone can give me an exact answer in the comment section, if, you know, Devastation at 40% with Weakening on the Soul Bomb, but also having double Weaken Defense literally equals to that of a regular Soul Bomb that has Weakening and has Bombardment, as well as having Weaken Defense on the bonus abilities, let me know in the comment section below, because, like, that's the only thing I can't really give out in terms of an answer. But just know that her Soul Bomb is stupid. It's stupid. That's all you guys really need to know. And that's basically the main characters completely summed up. So yeah, now let's just go and talk about the fillers. Tsukishima, he is still a very amazing PvP character. He is a unit you do want to have, as he also has Brave Battle Invincibility. He cannot ignore Brave Battle Invincibility, but like the main thing about him is the fact that he can boost on your team and also be invincible. This is basically a better version of Chad that you can actually use for PvP. He can still counter Ugram. He can still somewhat stand up against Yamamoto, but only if he's like 5/5 with 300 defense, to the point that he can basically out-tank Yamamoto. So yeah, that's the thing that Tsukishima has. He's a PvP character, and if you guys are looking for another PvP character to get from this banner, well, there you guys go. Like, get Kenpachi and Tsukishima, and you're literally good to go. Kanto no Mayuri is also a very good tech character. The thing about him is that they gave him an Espada killer, so like you can still use him for Espada week, but the thing about him is that we just gotten way better Espada killers to use in the game overall, to the point that Mayuri, you kind of only want to use him if you just don't have per se the perfect unit 505 that can basically take on Espada week. But that being said, as a character, he still is very good. He has Weakening on everything. He has the revival mechanic on the special, And he also has the God Kit that every other Frenzy character has, being the 3K length beam, 960 in front, and then the third strong attack being full screen. So pretty damn good. He even has guard break, so he'll be negating every single mob that has range guard, and will basically be able to dish out the best damage possible despite having a spotter killer. So you guys can still use him to farm IZ if you need to per se carry the Uryus and the Kanpachis, just to basically give you guys an idea. And also he is a 17% speed droplet character, so if you guys don't have per se the likes of Rudack, you guys can still use this character just fine to farm in droplet zone. So yeah. Dordoni, he's just a GQ captain killer character. He does have flurry, and he has the best kit that a NAD unit needs, where he has a 2.5k length beam on the SA1, walking vortex on the second, and then the third strong attack is a full screen. The only thing is that he doesn't have poise, and of course he doesn't have guard break, so like this character is mainly meant to be used in captain week. So yeah. Shuhei, very good unit still to this day. I do want to say that he has definitely fallen off from the top 3 best hard characters that we have in the game ever since, you know, the arrival of Aizen and Nini. But he is still a very good character, has a great soul bomb where he can actually debuff and lower the enemy's defense by a good whopping 80%, and will just basically be able to nuke very hard. So like for hard GQ content, you can definitely get sub 10 seconds with this character in melee or Ronker week. And his kit is okay, like he has the lunge on first, second strong attack 750 radius AoE suction vortex, and then the third strong attack is full screen. He's just a good character. He just isn't insane anymore, but he also does have nullify melee resistance, so you can still use him in content such as extreme co-op. So it's still a good character to have if you don't have per se the likes of 6th anniversary Aizen. Hikone. Now we do have better power characters in the game such as Bruno and Kisuke, but this is not a character meant to be slept on because he plays exactly like the Christmas Toshiro, 3K length beam on the first, second strong attack being the breath style vortex, and then the third strong attack being the 1170 in front. The thing about him is that he only has a 20% berserker, but he also has a very high chance of inflicting weakening since he does have that disabler against tech soul reapers. So for IT, for when soul reapers are the mobs, you can use this character and be able to get the job done even better compared to most soul reaper killers. Like heck, he'll actually do a better job than Bruno for when it comes to, you know, dishing out the damage with the strong attacks, which is crazy since he has such a high chance of inflicting weakening. So Kenpachi, I'm annoyed that they brought him back a third time when they could have just brought back Shunsui. I just don't understand why he's here. But all you guys really need to know is that he is a Tech Link Saw Potion character, and you can use him for melee or Ronker week if you guys still don't have Fierce Battle Nelio 5-5. But that's just about it. He's not a good character, if you guys ask me. And yeah, that's it. Shinji, he's a very good character. He has the exact same kit as this Mayuri right here. The only bad thing about him is that his Soul Bomb is actually quite weak. He doesn't have a Devastation at 40% and only has damage to confused enemies by 40%. He has Confusion on all of his attacks, so it is a very weak status element and a useless one. But like, he does make it up for, you know, just by having that skill alone, that once you inflict Confusion, you do 40% more damage. But other than that, I want to say that this character has fallen off quite a lot. Like, he was definitely one of the best power characters in the game, but now we just gotten better, and Lilabato is even better. But you can still use this character just fine for most of the content in the game, but for IT, definitely not recommended. It's better to just use Hikone, so yeah. And then Tokinara, still one of the best flurry characters that we have in the game. He has an overall total 45% bruiser with boost on his second strong attack, and even has a transformation mechanic on his special, and is by far one of the best flurry characters for ranged Soul Reaper week, period. And this is definitely a character you want to have in terms of being able to auto content better. Now, I'm still going to say that Masaki is still going to be better than Tokinara for everything else that you need to auto content with, but this is still Tokinara we're talking about, and he's just badass, like literally. I have him 5-5. I still use him to this day, as he's literally one of my favorite characters in the game, and bro, I just love how he's voiced by Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! It's so good. And then Baragan, he's usable. He's usable, but the main issue lies with the fact that he doesn't have Havoc, and they did him dirty because the only good thing he got out of it was the 2.5k length beam move The second strong attack is the same as Hikone, but considering it has no Havoc, the range is even worse. And then the third strong attack isn't even full screen. It's like 900 radius, not even a charged strong attack. It's like, this character did not age well, which is sad. Stark, he's still somewhat usable, but I would not really go as far as to using him in IT because he has a very good kit. But that being said, he has no Berserker for starters, and his first strong attack isn't even the same as this Campfire or Mayuri right here. It's like a 1.5k length beam with not even that big of a width. Like, it's not even as good as per se the same SA1 that Swimsuit Apache, the Power Kokuto, and who else has that type of a strong attack? And the Christmas Orihime have. Like, it's a bit worse in terms of the overall width, but it still works as a strong attack to use, but just know that it's not going to get multiple waves of mobs. That's the bad thing about Stark. But he still does have the 960 AoE in front, and then the third strong attack being 1200 radius, so like, he's still a good character to use, a Ronka killer at that. It's just that the main issue with this character was that he was given Burn, which is a very weak status element, and he just didn't get Berserker upon release, which is a bit of a shame. Like, he had a very good kit, he had Havoc with Frenzy, but the sad thing is that he's just basically going to be on the same category as Mugetsu, where he's just not going to be fun in IT, which is sad. It really is sad. But yeah, that's basically the banner completely broken down and summed up. Like I said, if you guys care about the fillers, then do summon on this banner. You're going to be getting a lot of value out of this. But if you're only in it just to get Retsu and Kanpachi, just try to limit your pools. Only do up to step 6 and then save for the individual banners. Or like, I don't know, pull until you get either one of them and then save for the individual banner. Keep in mind that this is a 2-character banner, not a 3-character banner. So like, the odds of literally getting these 2 characters out of the entire banner, it's like 1%, and it's 0.5 per character. And it's an 8% banner too, so like 6% for a featured and 2% for an unfeatured. So yeah, that's all you guys really need to know about the actual banner. Now, was this video actually helpful for you guys? Let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, I am going to be summoning, but I'm not going to be summoning directly at a reset. I'm just going to be, you know, farming the point event, getting the special move source to finally 5-5 Aizen, and I am going to be doing a collab with a certain BBS YouTuber you guys know and are completely familiar with. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I hope you guys do stay tuned for that, for when I summon on Spirits Are Forever with you round 4. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been your boy, the Dash Master. If you guys have actually liked this video, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. This has been your boy, the Dash Master. Y'all have a happy new year, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, boys.